about PBC's first pay-per-view card because it has some interesting fights. I was leading with the Ryan Garcia and Oscar beef, but I'm gonna just break down Tim Tszyu and Queef Thurman and Isaac Pitbull versus Orlando Romero, who we like to affectionately call Retardo Romero, but can't really say Retardo nowadays. So, yeah, here's the thing: it's pay-per-view. This is PBC. They left Showtime, right? They lost their. Well, I don't know. Showtime cut them, gave them the axe. They need a home. It's been since when was the last card in December? It was like one. They've had one card in 4 or 5 months, I suppose. I mean, it is what it is, right? And they have a stable of fighters. They have I guess I don't know. Is Crawford PBC? I don't know. Guy doesn't fight. Anyway, back to PBC. I mean, we're not getting anything for pretty much the first quarter when it's a pay-per-view. It's like, who's really buying that shit? Cameron Gissy, which wasn't a good term, bro. Yeah, it's okay. He's a troll, but we let him live. They can say what they want. As long as you guys, please like, subscribe, comment. I'll answer your comments. Yeah, so it's pay-per-view, and to tell you the truth, man, I don't think it's gonna do very well. There's just nothing behind it. I mean, to me, it's a shit pay-per-view. It just is. It's a shit pay-per-view. For one, Tim Tszyu is Australian, and it's gonna do well. That's why they picked Tim Tszyu, is because where he's at, Australia. From what I heard, he sells a lot of pay-per-views. So this might do 1 million pay-per-views for him over there. Right? Big money to fight Tim Tszyu. But I think it's in Vegas. Is it in Vegas? Can someone correct me? Tim Tszyu, Queef Thurman from Las Vegas on pay-per-view. Was it March 31st? The night of boxing for the PBC. But here's the thing, man. PBC thinks the boxing fan is stupid. This is not a pay-per-view fight. This is not pay-per-view worthy. What will be pay-per-view worthy, in my opinion, is Virgil Ortiz. Virgil Ortiz versus Tim Tszyu. But Virgil Ortiz is not ready for that. I'd even Bud Crawford, Tim Tszyu was a worthy pay-per-view. But Crawford, he wasn't taking that smoke. It's supposed to be Charlo. All these guys, man. All these these African American fighters, they're ducking Tim Tszyu. Crawford didn't want Tim Tszyu smoke. Earl Spence don't want that. At least Queef Thurman stepped up, but I mean, who was his real option? But is it pay-per-view? Nah, man. The PBC thinks that the boxing fans are idiots. They think you're idiots because they're offering this as pay-per-view. They're not even giving you a free show, a preview show. There's nothing that they're doing to convince boxing fans to buy this fight. I mean, I suppose they figure there's maybe 25, 30, 40,000 Queef Thurman fans. There's some Australians, Tim Tszyu fans in the United States. But, as far as American pay-per-views, Amazon Prime, I mean, dude, this thing's in the tank. And they had on the undercard is Pitbull Cruz versus Ricardo Romero. And, Rolly Romero. This is the thing about boxing, man. Rolly Romero, you really have to question Rolly Romero's decision. Okay, Rolly Romero could have had a DAZN pay-per-view headlining superstar mega match with Ryan Garcia. Easily does at least 200K pay-per-views with Ryan Garcia. And he tells Ryan no. He'd rather fight on the undercard on Amazon Prime. For how, Ryan had said, how much is Rolly getting? What is he getting? $1 million? Even he could have got $4 or $5 million with DAZN and Oscar. So these PBC fanboys, this whole side of the street thing with these guys, with this boxing promotion. We've seen they just move in ways that are they're not good for boxing. They're really trying to have their own little corner of the universe as far as boxing goes. So, they're trying to sell the fight by putting Rolly Romero and Isaac Cruz on the undercard. But who is Isaac Cruz? The guy, now, we're Mexican. I'm Mexican. We're fans of Mexican boxing. Is Isaac Cruz that dude for Mexican boxing? I mean, he almost beat Stank Davis. Who they said Stank Davis had a broken hand. Hey guys, please hit the like, subscribe, comment. I'm gonna communicate with you guys. Comment, say what you think. But Isaac Cruz is supposed to sell pay-per-views versus Ricardo Romero. I guess they think Rolly Romero is some super attraction. And it's like, what has he done since? I mean, almost lose to Barroso. I mean, this is what we're talking about, man. So it's like, this is not pay-per-view, man. The PBC really thinks that boxing fans are stupid. The Zone, for their part, I mean, they think boxing. Like, everybody thinks boxing fans are stupid. They really do. They put Davina Hankey and Regis Program pay-per-view, and nobody knows who Regis Program is as far as mainstream Americans, because that's who they're trying to sell. And it was a shitty undercard, and it's like, they just think you're stupid. And these guys don't come to fight. One thing I will say about the Tim Tszyu Queef Thurman is, but they're gonna come to fight. I think it'll be a good, exciting fight. I think it'll be entertaining for as long as it lasts, but I don't think it's gonna last very long. Maybe 4 or 5 rounds. I mean, you can't realistically think that Queef Thurman, after, I don't know, what is it, 2.5-year layoff, his last fight was a battle with Mario Barrios. That in any way, this means this is a super competitive boxing match. There's just no way. There's no way that you're gonna pay $70 for it. Again, would have been fire. Would have been to have Bud Crawford versus Tim Tszyu. Now there's a mega match, and it's not a superstar level match, but I think it's a mega match. It's a surefire hit, and we can see Terrence Crawford